We are joined now by Kelsey Mitchell, and I remember talking with you at the beginning of the season, and Marianne Stanley had said this needs to be her year. And Kelsey, I think it's safe to say that it really was a big jump for you in year number 3. You finished 6th in the league in scoring. To what do you attribute that step forward to?
It was just really the change of the mindset, the change of taking a look in the mirror and recognize where I need to be better as a player, as a teammate, and as a person. I think the time I took off, it's crazy how God works because when the pandemic happened, I think that's when mentally I got better as a player, and I think I was able to slow the game down and slow the process down. And I think that's what kind of helped me.
It seemed like, you've been a great three-point shooter, a good shooter your whole life, but it really seemed like your ability to finish on the drive and through traffic
Yeah.
really took a step forward. Do you agree?
Oh, for sure. I think my first 2 years, I became complacent, and I think I think that when it was all said and done, I would live and die with the three and live and die with the jump shot. So I just took it upon myself to try to expand my game and take the shot that I want to take and not what my opponent want me to take. So it was just a lot of training on that part specifically.
And you did more playing off the ball this year as well. You had
Yeah.
Julie Allemand next to you, and she's a very unselfish player, a very good passer. How much did playing on the floor with her help your game?
It's so crazy because every time I look at Julie, I obviously seen her play overseas. I don't see her as a rookie. So it's like weird to say, but I mean, I could say so many amazing things about Jules. Our Belgian waffle, she's amazing when it comes to just like embracing all of us. It was a lot for her to come over here and during this pandemic and kind of just take on the situation head on and get put in the fire and kind of like work with all of us. And I think she did that amazingly. And it showed. I think playing alongside with her, it kind of helped. It helped us both. I think it was sometimes where things were confusing for her, just on so many levels and trying to stay RPG. And I think that it was my job and the rest of our teammates to make sure that we kind of made her comfortable and kept her in a positive mindset. So I think playing with her was just it was amazing.
I think if there was one goal for you this year, it might have been consistency. You've had those great games in
Yeah,
year 2, but you wanted them more often, and you wanted
yeah.
to have less games where you struggled. And I think that's how I would define your season, just remarkably consistent. How were you able to find more consistency?
I mean, I hate to be the dead horse, but it was really just like recognizing that the confidence in me and recognize that I belong in the league and I can be effective for my team and for the game of basketball. And I think once that kind of settled in mentally, there wasn't too many things that was going to knock me off my base and knock me off my axis as far as where I needed to be consistently.
When I look at the Fever backcourt of the future, they didn't name all-stars this year, but if they did, you certainly would have gotten an all-star appearance.
I
Erica Wheeler,
appreciate that.
Erica Wheeler was an all-star last season, of course, couldn't join you this year. And Julie, rookie of the year, and I think is probably trending in that direction too. Have you had a chance to think about, what that trio potentially could be in the backcourt for years to come?
I think it would be amazing, to be honest. I think we'll embrace each other and recognize that all of our games are different, but collectively we can be dangerous. Um, um, Edub is obviously our vet amongst us three, and so I think with her experience and her ability to kind of lead us, I think it will help us, and I think that we can bounce our games off her, and we can all work together.
What did it mean to you to have the platform and as a player, as a team, as a league, get to use it in the powerful way that the WNBA did for social justice, racial equality? It's something that the league, frankly, has been championing for
Yeah.
years, but really felt like it was at a different level this season.
It was amazing. I think for the WNBA, the Indiana Fever, every team, honestly, to have us play in that bubble was amazing and knowing what we was playing for. With the pandemic and the social injustices, I think it was inevitable. And I think the way we all kind of took care of it and the way we treated it was amazing. Specifically, like when you think about being an African-American woman in the sport world and the ways that you can change the game by just playing on the basketball floor, I think that was the best part about it. And expressing change through with your platform through basketball. I think like it's so unique, it's different, and it was much needed. So it was a great experience.
When you think of this season, I know nobody hopes to ever have to do anything like that ever,
Right.
but there can be positives that come from it. And I'm wondering if one of those is for a very young team, you guys were almost forced to bond because you were all together. There's
Yeah.
no going home. Do you think that helped you guys and can help in future seasons?
Man, I hope so. We was together every day. I learned a lot about so many people on every level. Who can cook, who can't. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, who feels comfortable playing Uno, who doesn't. Like, who knows how to play, who doesn't. But those Uno games down the stretch and just being able to bond with everybody was amazing because it took your mind off the fact that you was in a bubble.
And with everything going on, you're also able to get your master's degree. What was that like? I know we discussed during the season that it was a
Yeah.
little tough to not get to take part in that ceremony, but you had some teammates that helped you out a little.
Yeah, it was fun. It was hard. I'm not gonna lie, because it was times where I was forgetting that I had assignments. I was like, I'll be like, oh crap, I got stuff to do. As I know some people be after practice and after walking back to the room, it's like you got to watch TV, you got to go to the pool. I'm like, I gotta go do schoolwork. So sometimes it was tough, but I think ultimately the goal was to finish and to like put this and implement this into my life for after basketball, and like especially for the generations behind me with like the social injustices and stuff that I can change once I'm in a position to like to have those degrees and put into action for others.
Well, Kelsey, you know the fans miss getting to see you in person. They were able to watch on our broadcast all year long, but it's not quite the same as getting to be
Yeah.
in Lakers Live or in Hinkle Fieldhouse and watching a game in person. What would your message be to all those fans who will hopefully be seeing you again in 2021?
All I can say is that thanks for sticking with us. I know we got some games going, like to be shown in Indiana, so we appreciate for you guys to like have done that for us and put us on a platform for our fans to see us. We greatly appreciate it, and let's just look forward to hopefully having a season where everything is normal.
Well, we look forward to hopefully getting that announcement at some point,
Yeah.
following you in the WNBA offseason and getting you back here and in person in 2021. Congrats on a terrific year. Thanks for the time, and look forward to hopefully talking to you again soon, Kelsey.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. You guys be careful with this pandemic, and much love to all of you.